right, what's up? We're here in the high desert. I'm with Morgan. He invited me down. We're gonna check out all of his whips out here. We got the buggies, we got the friggin' truggies, we got the pre-runner. We're gonna look at all of his custom builds.
Yep.
And then we're gonna go for a ride. I brought the family down from SoCal. His family's here. Good people connected. I'm stoked for it, bro.
Right on. All right, so right now, we just ate breakfast, packing our bags, just for a day trip, heading up to the desert, Barstow. Got a little surprise for you guys. Got a cool invite from a new friend of mine. Appreciate it, brother. Whole family's going. And we're gonna vlog the whole thing. So stay tuned. We got everything in there. Pick up your backpack.
Yeah, I'm with Morgan Clarke.
Do me a favor, park right here where that teal or turquoise
Sure.
truck is.
Sure.
Come back over here.
Cool.
Thanks.
Look where we made it. We made it here. We're about to go over there and meet up with Morgan and his team and check out his booth. It's gonna be legit. It's gonna be a good time. A lot of drift cars, off-road racing, pit bikes, you name it. We're about to do it all. Oh no, it's a jump.
Nice to meet you.
Nobody trips over you. Yep. My Rat Pack right here.
What's up, Rat Pack?
That's my wife.
How's it going? What's your name? Nice to meet you. I'm Morgan. What's your name? Nice to meet you. Nice presentation.
Thanks,
You're
man.
professional.
Yeah, I got it.
Morgan. Nice to meet you. This is my wife, Taylor. This is Austin. Cool rig, bro. How you made it in?
Yeah, legit.
The half truck is here, the truck is here, and
I brought it all.
Yeah.
Wow. Is that your jump?
It is my jump.
You said that's one of your kids' birthdays?
Yeah. No, it's just there.
Oh, you just
I knew it was gonna be this.
Yeah.
And then people were gonna have kids. And then what do?
Yeah, exactly.
You're stuck.
Yeah, true. It's wild.
So it's working. Like I said, we had logistics issues.
Yeah.
You're more than welcome to go rip that if you like
go
to.
rip it, for sure.
Thanks for coming out.
For sure.
I just felt like I needed to reach out to you. Like I had some
appreciate
kind of intuition.
Good people, man.
Yeah, I know. Like I mess with Brad and stuff.
Yeah.
I know that whole group, and I'm like, I would like to show you guys this because
I've been into loving off-road stuff my whole life.
Yeah, and it's the thing is I think not a lot of people find personal development and mental health a thing. And like even me, I was running and gunning and drugging, drinking.
Yep.
And so it's like now I found this, and I would love to, like, there's more people that are starting to engage in their health.
Yeah, so I met Morgan through social media. We connected on Instagram about less than 45 days ago, and he hit me up. He's like, hey bro, you need to come ride in one of my trucks, my fully built rigs. I said, dude, I've never ridden in one. I've always wanted to be a part of or be in the Baja 500 or 1000. Learn more about this. Growing up where I grew up, this isn't something we typically had. So I'm stoked to be out here, and I appreciate people like him inviting me out, and my whole family too. His family's here. So the kids are gonna play on the jump. We're gonna talk shop, hang out, check out the rigs. One of his vehicles right here, this is for the Dakar. He's building this for the Dakar race. That's his other truck. He just rolled it, but already has the cage. Already has the whole shell around the cage already. And then he's got a truggy over there. So there's some sweet whips out here, and we're gonna go for a ride. Morgan's here. These are the trucks he's building for clients. We're gonna take these out a little later, but first I wanna walk through all of the trucks and kind of have him tell us a little bit more about the builds, things he's done to them, just educate us in general. So you said walk through this one first?
There's 3 examples that we have here. They're all different ones. So we have like a classic pre-runner. The reason you call it a pre-runner is because it's for pre-running a course. They're built very similar to a race truck and like a trophy truck. So the pre-runner would be used for the teams to go out and pre-run the course before the race, take notes on the GPS, mark all the danger zones, mark anything that they need to know. So then when they can go out in the race car, they have all their notes like rally racing.
Right.
And they're prepared. But they want to have a pre-runner that's very similar in function to their race car.
That makes sense.
So then when they're going through it, because if you just went out in a stock Raptor or something,
right,
it's not going to do what that's going to do, and you might be doing 100 through something, and
right,
the Raptor's doing 25.
True. Totally different course though.
So the pre-runner whole thing started is from guys, big race teams, developing cars to mimic what their race cars do, but be comfortable.
Right.
Be street legal so they can dip off the course, get on the road, you know, and then have air conditioning, sealed cabs.
What's the speed tempo difference? Like when you're running that pre-runner truck on the trail versus like a trophy truck, full bore trophy truck, is there a speed difference? I mean, you're going full bore on the race, but...
It depends on the driver and it depends on the car. That's a complete spec. So Vivian's the first car we're gonna look at. Vivian is a complete spec trophy truck build, like wheelbase is the same, track width is the same, travel numbers are the same, motor's the same power, shocks are the same package.
As the race truck itself.
As a trophy truck.
Got it.
Yeah, so you will get, as long as you guys can both fit in that thing. There's 3 seats.
No, she's talking about that one.
Yeah, the other benefit is it's a 3-seater. You know, so it's not just a 2-seater like a race car.
This is a 3-seater.
Yeah, let's check it out.
Legit, let's go.
So it's comfortable. Eric's a little shorter.
Yeah.
But that's kind of your thing. You want stuff close to you. You know, like you don't want to be wrapped up where you're oversteering and your arms are spread out, you know? So
we're
2 foot driving.
You're 2 foot driving the whole time?
Always, yep.
Really?
Yep.
So when you're coming in and you're going to drift around, you just hit the brake and then you're freaking gassing out?
It just depends. It's a spool, like it's a locked up rear end all the time. So really even on decel, it'll just kick if you upset the turning.
Gotcha.
So this is Vivian. This is a 1976 dent side. It's a complete chassis. So the body, you can see like the rivets.
Yeah.
And you can see like there's hardware hidden under here. So this whole thing, it just rolled a week ago, and we put a new body on it. And that's what it was built for.
Less than a week, right? You put this new
4 days. Yep. And just working normal days.
That's wild. Do you worry about the glass breaking on this one?
No.
Really?
No. I mean, if you get in a bind where this door crunches in and it breaks, But that's a crash.
Yeah, that makes sense.
This whole car, when it rolled before, the back window stayed. It doesn't have it in right now, but the back windows was retained. The side windows were okay.
Wow.
I think
how fast was it going when it wrecked last?
45 or so.
Oh, okay, that's not bad.
Yeah.
Just a rollover?
It just was an ugly one. It rolled over a K-rail at the same time.
And everybody walked away.
Yeah.
No problem.
And this is this would be like a 24-inch travel front, 35 in the rear, 800 horse, 550 at the wheels.
Wow.
So 460 cubic inch LSX.
I mean, even your visors are attached to the chassis. It's to the frame itself.
Yeah, they're adjustable. They're like spring loaded.
Yeah, that's dope, man.
But all this is, everything we use is all chromoly. It's all big shit. You know.
What's the max speed this truck gets up to?
140 maybe.
Have you taken it up there?
No.
What's the fastest you've had it?
I've driven it when we filmed like alongside the highway. I had my wife in the Escalade, and it was stock, and it was doing like 125, and I outran it. In Glamis down like Sand Highway. Yeah.
Nice, dude. It feels good, like you said. It's tight, but it feels good. Like you're snug. Legit.
Yeah, it's a monster. That's the third seat in the middle. That's the best seat back there.
What does something like this cost to build?
It ranges. I think you could start something like this for $375.
Yeah.
And then sky's the limit. $1 million cars easy.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Going.
But like if you wanted this right here, $375 would make this.
Nice.
Yeah. When I used to race dirt bikes. I'm 39. When I was like 16, I used to race dirt bikes, and that was when I saw a pre-runner and your Ford Ranger with glass, like big tires, like a bed cage, and I saw it when they were marking the course in the desert. And that was the first time I got into it, where it left imprints. And then throughout that, I would tinker 18, 19, 20, like in my garage.
Yeah.
And then I dove in fully. I did metalwork for a while. I went to college for design. did metalwork for a while, and then started working for guys 2016.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then what? How long until you open your own shop?
2020.
Awesome.
Yeah, I just had like an epic fallout with a shop.
Yeah.
And
I'm going all in.
when I was working there, like I would have these instances where I'd be like, I'm never fucking working for someone ever again. Like
Right.
I'm never gonna work for somebody else.
Yeah.
And I always had issues, not just with my own personal issues working at shops, but I also had issues with creativity and where I wanted to, like how I wanted to do things, how I thought something would look better, work better, function better, and it was always butting heads.
Gotcha. They
So-
wanted to do it their way and you wanted to do it yours.
Yeah, whether it was just out of pure ego or out of cost,
Right.
they just weren't willing to push the boundaries.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Now you're here, dude. You're kicking ass. It's been
Yep.
4 years. That's awesome.
Yep. I'm in it for the build itself, so I don't get as much from driving them. It's great when you have people like Eric to use the car and go out here because it's like your marketing.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
This thing's in the air and you're like sick. You see it on Instagram, you're like cool.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's very satisfying. But I'm in that chase. I like that hunger of like knowing we're gonna build this, what we're gonna have to do, the plan, going through the whole phase, and like wiring, starting, testing in the desert. I'm done. I'm out.
Then you give it to them. You're
My
done.
feelings are good. Like
Yeah.
I don't have any more attachment. I love when they come back, but I'm never like when this crashed. People are like, "How'd you feel?" I don't care.
Yeah,
It's all good. They're
build
built for
it.
that. That's why that looks like that.
Yeah.
You know. So it's really for me. I get all of my energy from creating.
That's awesome. Very
That's-
artistic then, by nature, right?
Yeah, and I went to design school and you know, even when I was doing structural steel, I was never stoked on life. I never felt like I had a sense of purpose. And that was the thing. I felt replaceable, and I knew inside, and not in an ego way, but I knew inside that I was capable of offering more to the world.
Yeah.
And when I started tapping in, like when I started being on my own, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is it. I found it. I had no money. I had no tools. I had no means for a shop. When I had that falling out at the other shop, we didn't have money in our bank.
Right.
We just moved. My son just started his first day in first grade, like at a different school.
Stress,
moved out.
bro. Massive amounts of stress.
Crisis.
Yeah.
And that my mom used to say, crisis is change trying to take place. And
good
boom,
one.
that shit hit. And like since then, I haven't stopped.
What'd you do? Get your first job, your first truck to build, or your first
I was
fab?
doing side work out of Evan's shop, and Evan's like, I called him. I like right when all that happened, I made a bunch of phone calls. It happened on a Tuesday. I said on Thursday I'm gonna know what I'm doing, and then Wednesday I made phone calls, weighed out what was best. If I'm gonna go work for someone, you know, all that. Evan's like, bring stuff up here. You can work out of my shop until you figure something out. And then it just got so gnarly, and the work never stopped. And I was turning out work. And then Evan's like, hey, you gotta figure this out, because like this is my shop and this is getting crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's what I like. I work next door to him now, and I rent my own space, but we have our own shop. You know, we're just.
You said Evan is his name?
Evan Weller.
The guy that owns this truck?
No, Evan Weller was the guy that helped me out when I
Gotcha,
first started.
gotcha. Okay, cool.
Yeah, this is Eric.
Eric's got you.
I don't know if your family ever doubts you on stuff. If you have a solid family, I think my chick Taylor, I've been with her since I was 16, so we've been with each other for 23 years, and that doesn't mean that I haven't caused wreckage. I've had my own issues with screwing up family and resentments, but the quality, what I'm getting at, like by creating these things, the quality of life and the value that I get as who I am and who I carry myself as, it doesn't do something for my validation, but it does something for my peace and my value every day. So I'm a better person because I found something that I love to do. I'm not like wearing a suit, sitting at a desk, being bummed out on life.
Yeah, you're
Going
not
drinking
trying to
a
be
bottle on
somebody
the way
that you're
home.
not.
No.
Right.
And so they support me 100%. They're very like, obviously I have two boys, and I'm like, man, I'd love if they were into it. And I've realized as a parent, part of that is you can't put your expectations on your kids. They're
hard
into
not
what
to.
they're into.
Yeah.
And it's same like, I'm like, man, Logan should be stoked. You know, if he's like over on his phone or he's like riding his bike, I'm like, dude, it is what it is. That's not that. What it is this is how I make a living.
Right.
And that gets me so good every day that they love that. They
That's
support
awesome.
it. You know, and my wife is like a pit bull. You know, she watches everything and she checks on everything and she knows what's going on, and
Yeah, it takes two, man.
she's so loyal.
She run the back end of the business a lot of times?
Yeah, that's why she's doing
Yep,
all the merch and
absolutely.
everything. You know,
Love it. We're a family dynamic as well, and it's
Yeah.
amazing. It's freeing, you know?
Yeah,
It is. You're working with your partner like that, you grow together, you know what I'm saying?
absolutely. Yeah, it's something happened a couple years ago, and I got into a spot where I just didn't want to waste any more of my life doing things the way I was doing it. That was the whole thing, and I made a conscious change, like health, you know, mental health, everything, where I'm like, okay, I've done life for 37 or so years like this. I've gotten this far. what happens if I go all in? Like, what happens if I go fucking hard on everything I can, and I do the best I can, and I live within my values, and I don't do shit that makes me guilty or feel shame? And what does that look like for the next 30 plus years?
Right.
And that's where I'm at.
Yeah.
And everything is blossoming.
100%. And that's
It's
why relationships
incredible.
grow. I mean, that's how we met. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That's how it works.
Frequency.
It is frequency.
All right. Let's cover this. What's up, bro? How you doing?
Maybe last year?
Yeah. How are you?
Pretty good.
Yeah, I don't remember your name, but I remember meeting you.
Yeah. Dean.
Right on.
Give me a ride in that thing, I'll leave you a good Yelp review.
I don't have Yelp.
Let's check it out.
Later, dude.
What are you running for a starter on that car in the back? Have you guys figured it out
DC
yet?
power.
DC power?
Yeah.
Okay, if you get a chance, can I send you my contact information? I make starters for high torque IMI.
Oh yeah, do it.
So I want to see what that's like for
Can you hear me on the
V12
mic
and the
good?
transmission.
It's a V10,
Oh, V10?
twin
Okay.
turbo V10, but it's same accessory as what like a DC, like a GM style alternator would be. The bracketry is going to be different.
No, for the starter.
Yeah, for the start. Oh, for the starter.
Starter.
I don't even know yet.
Because you have a 2-bolt, like a Mendiola bell housing
Yeah,
in there.
it'll have a custom bell housing. It'll probably be like a GM style.
Okay.
But I don't have a brand or anything. I love that.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll send you my info because I want to do one. That'd be cool.
I can use all that.
Okay,
Thank
cool.
you, man. What was your
Yeah,
name?
Jacob.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
What's up, man? Nice to meet you. What's up?
It's a pleasure to meet you. Dude, all your videos on YouTube and the way you build it, badass.
Thank you.
I want to say, like, I saw you right now. I was like, damn, he's right there.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Say, like, yeah, keep it up, dude.
Right on. Go sit in that thing. Check it out. You're good. It's built for sitting in. Now you got to figure out how to get in this one.
All right.
But look at
I got my freaking fanny pack on and carry my mic.
This is one of the things. I live by form follows function.
Okay.
So all this stuff, even though it looks dramatic and stylized, it's based off of function.
Okay.
And it's the same. So there's steps with a heat sink step, you know, all that stuff is built, you know, functionally to get in the car, but it's styled, you know?
Are you the one doing this? Or
Yeah,
you
we
have
built
crew
all
and
that.
team that does this. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Tigged on and everything.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and if you just do a little
All right,
one of
let's
those, you'll get it. Yep.
Boom. All right, we're in.
See, this thing feels like more of a desert machine.
Totally feels
Yeah.
like a desert machine.
And it's chill, and that's the whole concept. This is called a truggy. This is Phoenix. That's the name for her.
What's the differentiating factor in a truggy and a pre-runner for us that don't know?
Truggy is your typical cliche truck buggy. So you'll see like the cab is not as wide.
Right.
And it doesn't resemble a truck ever. It has truck suspension,
Okay.
and it has a truck engine placement and a truck live axle.
Okay.
But it's a buggy kind of chassis.
Oh yeah. I mean, it feels like a buggy, like you said.
Yeah.
Way more open. Windshield's further away.
Yeah. But it does
Custom.
truck stuff,
Gotcha.
you know? So it'll still handle the same as like Vivian would.
What kind of speed differences, pros and cons versus the pre-runner?
This one's more of a play car. It's a 3-speed. It's not like a highway vehicle.
Okay.
When you're at the top of, third, you're maybe doing 105.
Gotcha.
And
Not
that's
as
it.
fast top end.
But it goes and it gets there quick.
Yeah.
This is much more agile. This is more like a motocross bike.
Okay.
And that might be like a desert bike.
Gotcha.
You know?
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Are you guys taking all these to the track?
Yeah. So we'll come 1 o'clock. We're gonna get in this. Eric's gonna get in that. Eric said you can ride. Do we want to cover that right now, or we want to cover the cars?
Cover the cars
Okay,
first,
cool.
and we'll do that.
Yeah. So like all our gauges are all spec to MCD1.
Okay.
We did all the dash in here, did all the body in here, center console, and then this is open. So this is your Parker pumper. That's fresh air in your helmet.
Gotcha.
Calms, you know.
Yep.
So this is like a more of a party machine,
For sure.
and it's just kind of wide open. Like obviously there's a windscreen on it, but then it's just air. Like
And
you're chilling.
everything in in this race world is you're double foot, right? You're
Yes,
using both
totally.
feet. Boom,
Yep,
boom, boom.
yep.
Gotcha.
Yep,
That's
and this is a
legit.
big travel car. This car probably has 25, 26 in the front, 35 in the
cow.
back. It's a 427 LS.
Holy cow. That's
So,
awesome.
And this is Justin's. He's gonna make this street legal in Arizona, so he'll just
Wow.
have it at Havasu.
What is the build difference in this price versus the other one?
Not much.
Very much the same.
Yeah.
Anywhere from we're talking 375 and up.
Yeah, and the thing is, this doesn't have a cab. So the thing is, your wins and losses there is you're building a body for this, and you're not building a body for that, and just skins at least. Like all the roof scoop and all that is stuff we built.
Right.
So-
but for example, that other one wrecked and you had to replace the skin. This one wrecks, you probably don't have to replace as much.
No, because it's all aluminum.
So it's
this,
gonna just
this would be a
freaking-
beast.
Gotcha.
Because this is all
worse.
custom.
That makes
At
sense.
least that one's like a junkyard or a
Yeah,
Facebook
yeah.
marketplace find.
Yeah. So that would be easier.
Yep.
Gotcha. That
And
makes
it's
sense.
a 2-seater.
Yeah. Oh, true. The back seat on
Yeah.
the other one. Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense. All right. Let's go to the next one. Death grip. That's legit. All right. So what's the trick getting out? Same.
Yeah, you gotta retrace your steps, bro. Hang that ass out. Just do it. But that one kind of gives you that Mad Max vibe.
Oh, it's total Mad Max.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what
total
I-
Mad Max.
I call it like an apocalyptic steampunk.
It's
you
sick,
know?
dude. It's
Yeah.
totally steampunk.
Yeah.
And the artistic stuff you put in here, like, it just looks beautiful, man.
Yeah, I think that's what we do. Like, we get wins with style.
Yeah.
When you start to really look at them, that's where we win.
Oh,
It's like-
100%.
That's why it's Morgan Clarke design.
That's why it's different. I mean, most people just chop it off. There's
Exactly.
so many different
it's
things.
so simple, but
Yeah.
every single cut is designed.
You
There's-
just lasered out and then freaking
That's all
bent
hand cut.
everything. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, both of these cars, all three of these are hand built.
Awesome.
This is our most extreme.
Yeah.
So this is a Dakar prototype, completely different. It doesn't have a live axle in the rear. This thing is based off like a class 1 buggy. So it's independent rear suspension. Range Rover Velar cab.
Was this a salvage Range Rover?
No.
Oh, really?
No, it had a front collision, but it wasn't a salvage.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it was running.
Yeah.
So this isn't a very extensive build. This is something that would be 700 to 800 grand.
Gotcha.
And that's really due to the complexity of the wiring and the body.
Okay.
Developing a body for this. You know,
Right.
a full wide body. I guess you'd call it a wide body, but it's just a body.
Yeah.
It's completely modeled in the computer. And you know, that's a stage 3 underground racing Lambo V10 twin turbo.
Whoa, really?
So it's sponsored by Boost Logic. It'll have twin 68 millimeter Garrett turbos.
Yeah.
1900 wheel
Twin
horsepower.
turbo V10 Lamborghini engine. So it's a Huracan motor.
Are they 68s? Okay, yeah. Yeah, it's a Huracan motor.
That's wild.
It was pulled out of like a Huracan streetcar.
Yeah.
Yeah. So took that Albin's, it's got an Albin's big gearbox, a 5-speed H pattern, so it'll
Yeah.
be like a clutch car.
Damn.
And the goal here, I mean, this is gonna be nasty and fast. It's gonna do crazy. I don't even know, like, the anticipation with this is getting on the freeway in third gear and rolling into third, and you start giving in and go whoop and wheelie on the freeway.
At what
100.
mile per hour? 100 miles an hour?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's gonna do stuff like that. And
Yeah.
then you can bring it to the dunes, put paddles on it, and it'll just wheelie up dunes, and it'll do everything a sand car would do.
Now, are you gonna have full functioning like AC,
We'll get to
or what
that.
are you
Yeah,
doing?
get
How
in
far
there.
are you going?
Now you're in there.
All right,
this one's
do
gonna
it.
be easy to get into.
Yeah.
And if that feels like a McLaren 720S seat, it is.
Oh my gosh, it totally is. That's awesome.
That probably feels like the seats on your
It
car.
does. Feels exactly
Yeah.
like the Lambo.
Yeah, and they're adjustable. The goal here is to have this, we're gonna have all the infotainment retained.
Okay.
So it'll have a gated stick shift like a Lambo right here.
Yep.
And then when you push this thing and you just turn it on, all of the Range Rover stuff turns on, all the climate control works, all the AC works, but it runs dual Motex and a twin turbo Lambo.
Yeah.
And on top of that, this will all be suede, it'll all be upholstered, you'll still get your moonroof.
So it'll feel very clean inside. It'll feel like
Sealed cabin.
Yeah.
Complete.
Yeah.
It's a car where you want to take it to the desert, never roll your windows down ever.
That's wild.
You know, and it'll be
comfortable.
it'll be pressurized like a plane.
Dude. This is gonna be insane. How do you expect to do the floor pans? You just gonna start building them out?
It'll be all sheep. Yeah, that's the next phase. Right now, what you'd call this is like a roller.
Okay.
So it's got enough to hold its own weight. It's on its own spring. But now it turns into mounting the turbos, doing all the turbo work, the piping, getting the coolers in, flooring the whole thing, sheet metal it, seal it up.
What kind of drivetrain do you have that can push the horsepower of the twin
It's
turbo?
an Albin's gearbox.
Okay.
It's
So
a
full
big bad
custom.
Albin's. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's your like very quintessential hardcore off-road gearbox.
Yeah,
And
that makes sense.
it's an independent rear suspension car. So it has a CV joint that comes out of that stuff instead of like a live axle. So it's also rear engine, you know, and it's small, right? Like this car's running 37-inch tires instead of a 40.
Yeah. It's compact.
It's a 118-inch
It's gonna be-
wheelbase.
how light is this thing gonna be? I mean, you think it's
I
compared
say
to that truck, compared to a
sub
pre-runner?
4,500 pounds.
What would that thing weigh, the pre-runner?
That's 58 and change.
That's quite
Wet.
a bit of a difference, dude.
Yeah.
That's quite
Yeah,
a
that's
bit of a
48.
This is a tight, compact, fast machine.
Yeah, and this is perfect for PCH,
Yeah.
going to get a steak. Like, and I'm serious. And then
That's
ripping.
wild, man.
You know, if you wanted to do a day out of this, you could literally do like cruising PCH.
That's sick.
And then you could rip to the dunes, and you could do as fast as you can possibly do through the
In
dunes,
the dunes.
and drive home.
Jesus,
You know,
man. The
so
ultimate
everything
buggy.
will work.
Yeah.
You know, key fob, remote start, all the shit.
Everything.
Yeah.
Do you think that will be the hardest task, is getting the automation stuff down?
The electronics are gonna be the craziest thing. Where
I think so.
We took, when we disabled, like when we demoed all this, we took every wire out and every plug. We never cut anything, didn't damage anything. And there's bags of like miscellaneous computers, fuse boxes, like a lot, not just a typical truck.
Yeah.
And so really that's where this thing's gonna have to go away for a couple months.
Send it off to somebody that can do all that.
A guru is gonna have to hit it.
Go back in.
But the return on something like that, to be able to sit in here and feel the comfort, and it's not like a machine like these,
right?
But it does insane things. Like this will pull on anything. It's 1900 wheel horsepower. So once those tires hook up, it's game over.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, and I think it probably only.
Are you worried about keeping the front end down?
No, it's gonna wheelie.
Oh, 100%
Yeah,
wheelie.
no, I look forward to the wheelie. I think that's a huge thing.
That's
you know, and
cool.
especially for like a target market like Dubai and the guys in the sand dunes.
Oh, they're always doing wheelies.
They love that.
Yeah.
So it's just to be able to take this and go on the road. Like think about going to Laguna Seca and hitting the corkscrew in this.
Holy cow.
Like full tarmac with good grip on it, and then going to the dunes and ripping 100-mile-an-hour wheelies. Like that.
You can literally do everything.
This is an athlete.
Yeah.
You know, this is, and I don't think there's anything else that's ever been built like this ever.
I don't think so either, man.
Yeah.
It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be massive for you guys.
Yep.
This is the concept right here.
Yeah, that's the real scale render. You can count on it looking exactly like that, 100%.
Color scheme too?
Color?
We don't know
still,
yet.
dude.
We
Yeah,
don't know
something
yet.
exotic. I think that this deserves a big bold color.
Yeah.
Exotic color.
More than blue.
Yeah, and we're looking at oranges and yellows and greens.
That'll be legit.
It's just there's a fine line because it also can get into the JDM world.
True.
And I'm not saying
Too
that's
bright.
a bad thing.
All
but
JDM lovers out
it's
there.
just we don't want it to be an import car.
Right.
You know.
Technically, it could be. It is. I mean, we're kind of in the gray area considering it's British, but
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome, man. Well, I love it. Dude, that's insane.
That's what I'm talking about style, right?
That's
like
insane.
that's what
How
we try
long
to get wins on.
did this take?
Yeah, and this is probably 100 hours on both
just
parts.
On both sides?
Yeah, we got it through it really quick. The car is so square that we can replicate it and it transfers directly over, no problem. No trimming or anything.
Holy cow, man.
It's all built on a chassis table, so.
That's legit.
But yeah, like that, I like to add those areas where we don't have to build a whole car like that, but when you know that's like a focal point, you know, like when you open this, that's what you get.
Oh, boom, right there. Yeah.
So it's worth it to have that. And you can obviously
100%.
see the engine clears you good. You know, like this all is gonna close and function, and then you'll hit it, it'll click, it'll open, boom. And then
Where do you expect to put the turbos?
turbos will live right here.
Okay.
Yeah, so they'll be dual 68s, and then they'll pop out, like you'll have exit and wastegate on the D
That
pillar.
would be sick on both sides.
It'll shoot flames.
Yeah, 100%. That's legit.
Yeah, and then we'll just panel the whole thing in. Like when you look through here, there won't be any holes.
No, yeah, you're gonna do all inner fenders,
Yeah, it'll be all
everything like
badass,
that.
all vented.
Man, this is wild.
And then the Fiberworks is gonna do the body for us. It'll be all carbon Kevlar, so it'll come out here. It'll be big, nice hips like on the rendering.
Yeah.
All custom to the car.
That's sick, man. Love it.
Cool. You ready to ride?
Let's do it. Yeah.
Little bit better than you self-righteous suicide. I cry when angels deserve to die. Wake up! Wake up! Grab brush and put a little makeup. I discussed the beta with this shit. Why'd you leave the keys upon the table? Hancock created another fable. You wanted to. Grab a brush and put a little makeup. You wanted to. I discussed the beta with the shake up. You wanted to. Why'd you leave the keys upon the table? You wanted to. Well, I don't think you trust in my self-righteous suicide. I cry when angels deserve to die. In my self-righteous suicide, I cry when angels deserve to die.
Man, what an awesome day. Morgan, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for having me out.
Absolutely.
I appreciate it, man. I had a blast. These trucks are insane. If you haven't already checked this guy out, you need to check him out. What's your handle?
Morgan Clarke Design 1. MCD1, if you just look for that.
Yeah.
You'll find it.
You got a YouTube channel too, right?
Yeah.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I appreciate it, bro.
Yeah, and I think that's the whole thing. You got a full hit. You got Truggy, you got the Ranger, the Jump Ranger,
Yeah.
and then you got like Ultimate Luxury Pre-Runner.
Yeah,
So,
dude, I did it all. I
Yeah.
got all of it in one time. I don't know where we go up from here.
That's it.
Owning one, I guess.
Tapped out. That's
Yeah.
it. Yeah. Talk to me when you want to purchase
That's
one.
right.
That's it.
We'll
Yeah.
build one. That'll be legit. Yeah, dude. So thanks for having me out here. We had a blast. About to head back home. Man, what an awesome time. Awesome people, connections, high vibrations. That's what it's about.
Thank you guys.
Hey, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. You guys are so well behaved. Such good manners.
Thank you. You're so welcoming.
You did good. Just after a long, hard day of hitting sweet jumps and hanging out in the desert, we're gonna have to get some ice cream. Yeah, when I was a kid, I'd always ask my dad for ice cream. I used to go with him to job sites where we'd check all the construction projects. Be stuck in his truck for hours and hours and hours, always asking for something. And so, same with my mom when she'd go and do things, run errands, things like that. She'd take me out and promise me with a pretzel at the mall or something like that. Now every time the cycle continues, now my kids are just pestering me like crazy to get an ice cream bar. Listen here, I'm rich and I'm wealthy. Not because of money, but because of my family and abundance mindset with them. Being able to spend time with them is what makes me wealthy. And being able to have a life where I have my assets paying me, where I've made the time. Oh, right, fudge bars, hanging out with them anytime we want. It's because of discipline. Discipline was the first thing that I had to change. I had the discipline to organize my own schedule, and then I had the discipline to take the action when I learned knowledge, which has ultimately led to the reward of time. That's the one commodity you won't get back, time. It's up to you to carve out the life you want.